We're gonna start out out here, I think. Looking at some NPCs. The text might be a little small. Let's zoom on in a little. Hello, Core. Welcome. You have said quite a bit. I do need to catch up on chat a little before we jump into this. I'm glad you like the prince. I also like the prince. I think he's gonna get more fun to play as time goes on. I like this kind of like his very obvious like, yeah, I want power. I was from a royal family. I want power back. I think he's gonna be fun to play. Eden will now use standing adventurers and wishful god killers as an army. Work with what you got. And apparently these guys are effective, so... It's hard times, you know? Oh, also, I forgot to mention this earlier when I started the stream, but I did put in a submission for, like, emotes? For an emote, a single emote. It's not ready to go. Yes, the prince. You just caught... You missed the very end of the recap, but yeah, they just said, like... The council has decided by... by urging of the party, by suggestion of the party, that, like, the person who brings back the head of, a demigod called Salamander is going to be the next prince. Or not the next prince. He's going to be the next, like, Emperor of Eden, the main city in the campaign. He's going to take the throne with the council as kind of like a... what do you call it? Advising body. So that is the current situation. And the prince is like, yo, if you bring the head to me and, like, I give it to them, like, I'm, you know, if you don't want to actually rule, we can work something out, you know? I did already give him a name, but I wouldn't be beyond retconning it. So right now, we're just gonna, like, fill out some NPCs. And we can, so we have, like, 10 council members to fill out. A couple of them are gimmies. They already exist. They're pretty easy. What do you mean? His name is Core. His name was... Oh, did they have it... Did we put it in chat? It was, like... Canalus Sylvian. Yeah. They've all got kind of these, like, somewhat Roman names. So let's mark that down. We can ignore these weird names after I just kind of mark this down here. I'm sorry. Clearly my first priority should have been to get you a cameo NPC. So we'll start the council members here, I think. Notes. Council member. Music might be a bit loud. Very well. Let's just turn that down to about 75. So we can just drop council member on to, like, what the? That's weird. I can count. It's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we've got 10 council members to fill out. Councilmember Prince. Councilmember Eve's father. Councilmember Head of Bronze Garters. Head of Banking Guild. Commander of the Army. What do we got? Old Royal Advisor. Head of Presidia Guard. What do we got? What else? There's, like, the head of the Merchants Guild, too. So I think we have like 3 we need to fill out, right? We got Prince, Father, Darters, Bank, Merchant, Army, Presidia. Maybe Kor is a druid, who can say? Kor being the blood of Eden sounds nice to me. I wouldn't hate having someone named Kor be important. I agree, great title. I don't think I mentioned any other council members, and I know no one in chat can help me remember if I did, but I think these are all of the important ones. I also definitely gave a name for this one and just forgot it, so I'm going to probably ask the players for it. I forgot this guy's first name, but Councilman Milo is Evelina Milo's father. Wait, that's not. The prince, oops, I'm gonna line up. The prince was named Callum, right? I know I just checked on this. Camillus. Camillus Sylvian. I already forgot how to pronounce, or how to spell the first name. 2 M's or 1, 2 L's or 1. 1 M, 2 L. The exact opposite. Councilman Milo, head of the Bronze Darters, is Calvin Etant. So, we need a name for this guy. Let's, let me know, can you guys see this text okay? It looks alright. Oops. Let me, see what happens if I zoom out once. Is this still readable, or is that, like, terrible? So no, not readable. All right, let's just maximize it then, and we'll zoom back in like this, maybe this. Oh wait, hold on. There's a more efficient way to do this without making the interface so big, and that's to do this. Okay, that's better. I don't think there's anything to the right here. It's just notes. Okay. Yep. So I guess since we're in Forever Spoiler Town, players, if you're here, or if you get here, or if you watch this in the future, get out of here. Calvin Etant, primary goal, he has a goal of, he wants Brass to take the throne. That is his goal. If I full screen, I can't type, and I type a lot. That's fair. Can the prince fight, though? I'm sure he's trained in some kind of fighting. I don't have it figured out what. Something martial, and he might have some spellcasting. If it was Prince Kor, he would definitely have spellcasting all the way. While also probably being a thief. Okay, what am I doing? Camillus Sylvian wants to take the throne. Himself. Councilman Milo, he wants the council to remain in power. He also... oops. Wants to, remove corrupt members from the council. There we go. I'm saying someone revealing he's a bloodline relative to Eden after taking the head of Salamander. Oh. Right. Okay, I think I see what you're saying. That, like, Prince Kor would be a blood relative to this Prince, Camillus. So what do we got? What else? Commander of the army. Don't know what his name is yet, but he is in league with Calvin. Head of the Merchants Guild is... He's a friend of Marius de Vol, the NPC friend of the party. And he is basically like under the commander's thumb. So his entire goal is just to follow the commander's orders and like stay safe, I think. Like, he's being kind of manipulated. He's kind of a cowardly guy. He, like, inherited his position, I think. So that's what we've got going on for him. And in terms of the vote, excuse me, I might be like slightly sick. I've been a little bit sneezy. So like, sorry if I have to mute the mic suddenly or if I accidentally sneeze into the microphone. So I think the current vote looks like, so we've got the fours, the against. Current vote for like letting the party do this thing, go talk to the Harpies, and for enabling this salamander killing fun. People who voted for it were Camelos Sylvian. Hello, Praise, welcome. Good moon indeed, good moon. Councilman Nilo. Calvin, Taunt, Commander guy. Merchant guy, maybe? And, I think the old royal advisor... I think that's kind of the against crowd here. So, 4, we've got Banking Guild. And then I guess this is the 3 question marks we have to put in. Since Eden is so frazzled. Let's see. Does that mean my party house is closed off? I think there's an important place for a party house when stuff's going bad, you know? So let's see. Who do we got here? What? Let's look at... Maybe I can, hold on. For now, we're gonna take this map slide. I'm just gonna show this for a second and then plop it in. Just for, uh-oh. Things appear to be locking up. Whew. Hopefully that didn't actually drop frames. That was kind of scary. Eden Districts. So let's open this. I'm just going to show this here. Let's put it up in the corner. Maybe? Let's put it in the center. We're not looking at fears. Get out of here, fears. There we go. All right. So let's look at this. Let's figure out what we want these like last 3 council members to be, huh? So in terms of centers of power, like, we don't really... So Riverkeep is kind of represented by this Royal Advisor man. Fear is just, I have a column, I have like a goal here. My basic template for NPCs is like, I want their name, their class, their goal, and then like a fear. Or a goal and a fear, you know? Do you have a plane shifting mage? Not that I'm aware of. I think plane shifting is extremely rare here. So, let's see. Wide stacks is kind of spoken for by the... let's see if I can do this. Wide stacks. It's a little spoken for by, like, the merchants guild guy. Nameless merchant guild man. Clocktown is spoken for by the banking guild man. Riverway by the Royal Advisor. Peaks kind of by Calvin Étant and the Bronze Darters. Maybe... Maybe the guy who runs the library and the vaults. Sorry for... Let's, like, I'm gonna make this a little smaller so that it doesn't, like, push me over when I edit that field. I need this image centered! So, dang it. Still happened. Council member. The Keeper. Oh. That's good. I like that. Librarian, Vaulter, Treasurer. Good, good. I like that idea. Very high will save an int, yeah. I don't even need this column anymore. I don't have World Anvil anymore. I like started to use it. Now I use something called Chronica to keep my notes. I like it a little better. It's a little easier party access. I really wish this would stop off-centering. Strongly wish it. Smaller. Column, smaller. Sorry. So we got that. Wouldn't... What kind of councilman would come from the Oxway? Like, what would his... like, trade? That's kind of a merchant's thing. What's a center? It's just like a power center. It's not really like a... It's kind of like a meta thing. The Hunter? I don't know if, it's definitely like a job. Okay, fine. Fine, you were joking, fine. I just wanted to mention that there is a hunter who is important, but he's like the hunt master of like the castle, basically. The keep. Who's currently not doing much because the emperor's dead, and there is no one like staying in the keep, But yeah, not quite councilman material. Like resources, some kind of... I don't know what you call... Well, that sounds like intrigue right there. I'm not sure. A council member who doesn't interact with the council. Yeah, could be a thing. Sounds counterproductive, but this council is a little dysfunctional. Wow, it still bumps it over. I've gotten rid of so much. Oh, actually, it is still pretty close to the edge. Okay, never mind. It's fine. So let's see. What does it, holds its duty to the bloodline over the council? That's not a bad idea. I think a couple of the council members are probably pretty, like, not a fan of their job now that the Emperor is no longer here. God. I'm just, I don't know what a title would be for someone who's, like, responsible for gathering resources and making sure that, making sure, it's like a hair like in front of my glasses, making sure that like the kingdom has the food and the ore and the lumber that they need to do everything. Like, I guess that's kind of part of the treasurer's job? Ledgerman? Maybe like the chronicler? So basically, the role I'm thinking of just kind of has overlap with the treasurer, is what I'm kind of getting here. Yeah. Okay. Okay, we can think of something else. And they don't have to like be, they don't have to serve a specific purpose exactly. Like Milo is, it's kind of like the head councilman, but he's basically also just a voice for like noble families and stuff. There may just be a vacant council spot. Yeah, I don't really, I kind of want the council to be full for now. There will be a vacant spot soon. I'll like fill you guys in. But like, you guys may remember that like maybe the town is voting for the kind of representative they want as well. Yeah, that could be. Yeah, I don't think that's the case right now. That's not like a bad idea in general. I just kind of already set that there was like a full council. So I kind of want to stick with that. I don't want to just bow out just because, like, thinking of stuff is hard. There could be someone that is voted in. Some kind of, like, voted, you know, in council member. A second now. A spy? Yeah, there's already enough like infection and corruption in the council. I think there's already people who are basically spies from the guys trying to take the trade ports, right? Yeah. I'm sorry. Hopefully it doesn't feel like I'm shooting down too much today. I just like... Yeah. I have probably some fairly set in stone ideas of what I want this to be, and like I don't want to convolute it too much with like external threats when there's already enough internal threats on the council. Like I kind of want that to be the thing. There could be like, I feel like if you can't find a final council member by the end of the stream, okay. There isn't one? That's not bad. What I'm kind of starting to think of is like maybe, that maybe there's a voted council member and then just kind of some kind of priest or maybe an oracle. Someone whose like purpose is to understand the new divinity that's going on. Yeah. They can't specifically be part of any single church. So, yeah, that, like, I mean, they probably have a primary source of worship, but I think they're, like, kind of a... kind of a general oracle of, like, spirits. Chronicler of the New Gods, yeah. Maybe like the new prophet or something. What do you think of that title? The title is The New Prophet. Yeah, multi-Twitch. Yep. Sorry. Didn't mean to Control-A delete that. That was scary. I'll just put that under class, Oracle. Over here, like... Calvin is definitely a ranger. Commander of the army is just definitely a fighter. I think Councilman Milo is like just a wizard straight up. Camillus might be... What's it called? Is it Swashbuckler? Maybe? And the other guys we don't really need classes for yet. I accidentally put fighter in the frickin' banking guild. I mean, that could be too. But we'll just leave it blank for now. Okay. Oh. And I also put the Oracle under the wrong one. The council member, the keeper, he's like... Might also be a wizard. You have an idea? Go for it. Let me hear it. Leader of the guard is a cavalier. Yeah, that works. But wait. Were you here for the paper dragon jokes? Ghost Rider. I don't hate that idea. I like that idea. The head of the guard... Well, the head of the Presidium... Okay, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. I was going to say the head of the regular guard, who is not a member of the council. Ghost Rider is an archetype? Yeah, I need to look at it, but I know it exists. Although, I also don't hate the idea of them having a skull and being on fire for their face. Like, that's fine. But I also did know what you meant. The current head of the, like, regular guard, the not Presidia guard, is kind of just, like, a boring, like, night lady. Who's Gallus? Oh, that's the werewolf druid. Okay. Let me just look through... Pharos? No. No, he's not. Just making sure I didn't have any of... Okay. None of the council members are named in my side notes. You can also be dead if you want, but Ghost Rider could be any guy. Yeah. Okay. And let me just... I'm gonna cheat here. We're just gonna pull up the, like, Roman name generator again. Ton. Oh, Horse Forever. So like the Ghost Rider archetype. Okay. Okay. Tiberius Sextilis Proper. Okay, that's fine. Propertius. I don't know how legit these are in terms of Roman names. Nonus, Numerius. Tiberius, Hostus, Cossus. Level 3 immune to fear later on, nice. And walk on water, walk on air. I like Numeri. I'm not gonna make Numeri like the head of the banking guild or the library. I'm just not gonna do that. But I like the name. I'm gonna use it for someone. Let's put that back over there. Maybe it'll be... Maybe that'll be the new prophet, will be Numeri. Numeri Iovan? The full name on there is Iovinianus. And just no. Tetianus, Senecio, Ducius, Ausonius? Their numbers grow. I'm going to leave all counting puns out of any descriptions I have of her. Because, like, my party will latch onto that so just too hard. Like, it'll just come up without me. So I'll just leave it to them. Numeri Iovan looks a little too much like Numeri Lovin. So that name's gonna change. Tetianus? Wow, Numerius was on that list twice. Metallus? Furious? Ventor? Pertinax? The cleric should have a sense of humor. She might say something like, I'm counting on you. Caninius? Sorry, I'm just coming up with that last name still. Funny how she looks similar to someone else. Tetianus? I kind of like this. Kind of like Tetianus. New Mary May. Nah, I want to go with these like Roman Latin-y names. To some degree, they can be a little like, no, not that one. Mary Tetianus. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's T-E-T-T. I'm just gonna type it. I apologize if I did not pronunciate that very thoroughly. Tetianus. Senecchio. Teti. Oh, there's a Nonus. And a Hostess. So let's see. The commander was already definitely already like described him as male. So he can be there's a name on here that's Oppius. I think I might make him Opulus. Like opulent. Opulus Ducius. Ducius? I don't know. D-U-C-C-I-U-S? U-S? Us. That most common of letters. Us. Opulus Ducius. Ducius. Whatever. Fine with it. Oh, that's the no, there's the commander. Everything needs us to be Roman. Yeah, that or like, ease? I guess that's more Greek. And again, an ease. But there's a Flavian on the list. That's pretty Roman. Flavian. We might use that next. Commander. Maybe that'll be head of the Royal Guard, Flavian. Flavian Senecchio. Who is... Okay, Banking Guild. So we got the Banking Guild, the Merchants Guild, and then... Oh, the Keeper, and then, like, the voted-in one. Alrum? Alrum could work. Odysseus. Yeah, like, what did I give? Let me scroll up a bit. I don't think I wrote down... None of my notebooks are down here because of the state the basement's in. God, I really wish I remembered the name that I gave them for the merchant, because maybe it's sorry. It's fine. We'll just leave him for last. We'll put in a name. And then I'll just ask if the party remembers it. We won't get attached to the name. For now, question marks. All right, what do we got? I'm sorry. Alrim, Cranler, Chamble. What about Alrim Chamble? Titan. Is Chamble in there? We do Alrim Chamble, maybe as the... What's this? Banker? Let's see. I want a couple, like, female council members. Which Alrim can probably totally be. If, like, I don't know the gender of Alrim as a name. My players probably also don't. And I don't particularly care. I'm kind of a gender nihilist a little bit, so. Embes? All right, between Embes being 1 and Embes being 2, which one, how am I supposed to pronounce that and how do you prefer it? And I'm making Alrim Chamble just the head of the banking guild. Okay. Some of these names are questionable. Viridia. Viridia Embis is... Maybe that'll be... Gonna make Viridia Embis one of them, but it might be the last one. So, Keeper. What's a good name for the Keeper? I might just, like... Let's just go to Google Translate here. And we're just gonna translate some smart words to Latin, I think. I know I literally just avoided doing this for Numeri. Making it not sound like what it was, but... Let's do, like, Keeper? A boss? You have a whole bunch of random words? Yeah, I see them. I took some. Like, Alrim Chamble is straight from your list, so is Viridia Embis. Took one of those as a last name. Keeper. Look. Page. Page is page in Latin. Liber. So after that, I think I'm going to go with Medius... Where was it? What did I just... Medius, M-E-T-I-U-S... Oxyla? I think I like that. Councilman Milo. Okay. Viridia... So let's figure out what the heck Viridia Embis is. Could be a voted-in person, or they could represent some... Wait. All right, I'm waiting. Pendragon. Dragons are banned! I'm joking, obviously, but... So, let's see. The whole point here is that these are people... Yeah, I'm familiar with Arthur Pendragon. Or Pendragon, if we're being highly enunciative. Yeah, I think I already have, like, an Arthur. There might be, like, multiple Arthurs. Antony Baird professors or Calvin... Oh, shit, Calvin Aton's on here. Shit. It's fine. Kirtan, the Judge, Clemens Lindemann, Tarvi. He's just a rando. Sigrid is also a rando. Chaplain Brining is a rando. Nathaniel Mertes is a rando. Oh, it's just the same Calvin Aton. It's not double Calvins, it's Calvin Ganger, Doppel Calvin. Yeah, cloning themselves, exactly. Bjorn. I forgot about Bjorn. Bjorn is the name of the merchant that Sonus befriended by telling really dumb stories about the Midwest paddle. Lady Dane DeVol. Yeah. Okay. I should update some of this to be more current with the state of the campaign. It's been a while since I've like gone in, and I have like a bunch of session specific notes that I have. And then, like, I haven't converted those into my overall, like, big notes here or in the hex map notes. Do we have a name of the giant yet? No. I don't think so. Let's see. And I don't have him listed in the NPC list, so... So we can come up with a name for him. The blacksmith. That might be the blacksmith that left the shop. Like, how long do storm giants live? Or not that he was a storm giant specifically. How long do giants live? Giant. I think maybe he owes like a debt to like the royal family, whoever he is, or like I don't know. Not a debt, perhaps, but you know, might be extremely familiar with the royal family. Might be friends with them. Family friend. Let's just look at. It's probably not going to tell me, even in the bestiary. Age. Only from pillage. Not great. Damage. Life. Live. Yep, nothing in the bestiary. Years. Nope. Okay. He's familiar with a lady of the royal family who may or may not, he may or may not have liked a dwarven blacksmith who happened to be giant. I'm gonna take they live a while, and I'm gonna go with it. He's lived at least 60 years, so he knew the old king, the old prince, and knows the current prince, and he's like loyal to that family. So we'll put him kind of up in like the townspeople section I have here. Class. We're gonna make the class blacksmith. Notes. Giant. Sky, I'm not gonna say disguised, in the form of a dwarf? Question mark? Dwarf? Depending on the giant, you can just apply elven ages. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so they live about 500-ish years then. Range, age on power, fair. Giant in the form of a dwarf. Let's see. Maybe, I think I commented last week on how this song on SoundCloud is like super long. Nope, you're confused? Okay. Where did, I can just close, oh no, it's back here somewhere. Oh, I like that. Maybe Gudbrand? Yeah, I'm thinking. Kind of like Gudbrand. Gudsbrand. Varys sounds good. While Varys the person is rather Norse, I don't know if Varys the name is. Not that it has to go Norse. That's what I have in my head. In my head, I already know where he's from. He's like from up near Lungerkirk, which is in the north, but the north, we're on the southern hemisphere, so the north is like, you know, towards the equator. It's warmer in the north. All right. Type his name out in chat, sure. Gudbrand. Okay. So this last council member was named Viridia Embis. Gudbrand is great, yeah. It's really good for marketing, it's true. It's also good for a blacksmith. It's like good, it's literally just like good sword. Good weapon, something like that. So, Viridia Embis is some kind of council member. She may have been voted in by some kind of body to represent them. She could be like from there's a couple of mentions of like the like an arcane academy, so she might be from there. Or like something like that. That's something the players have brought up several times in world building and in character. So like, I like good silver as well. Yeah, yeah, that's not bad. So I'm just gonna keep this up. It's gonna be here. I think we have, for the most part. Let me just type this out, and I can give this to my players later. So the people who voted for to let the party go, do this thing. and voted for their like proposal in terms of bring back the head of Salamander and you will be emperor. Are we exploring the town education system now? Not exactly. It's just something that the players have mentioned in passing, something that that was mentioned in passing in world building, so might as well bring it in here, you know? It's like they're obviously interested. So we're not exploring it so much, we're just utilizing it. Camilla Sylvian, Prince. So the vote. The people who voted for the Prior is a very cool name. I like that name. People who voted for the party's proposal. We have Camilla Sylvian the Prince. We have Councilman Milo, Eve's father. Banking Guild, who is Alrem Chamble? Yeah. Prior Stormforth? I like that. Okay. Chamble, we have not Flavian, not Opulus. We do have Medius Oxyla. Oops. Medius Oxyla, the Keeper. And Viridia Embis. Question marks. We against people who voted not for this are Calvin Atant, head of the Bronze Starters. Commander, what was it? Flavian? No. Opulus, right. Opulus Ducius. Commander of the army. Vendare. Ven is, you might have... I don't know if you've seen me play games, but Ven is like the other part of my name that I'll use in games a lot. Pendice. Or since we're... Is that Pendice or Pendice? Came up with better. Question marks. Head of the Merchants Guild. And then Flavian Senecio. Previous Royal Advisor, head of Presidia. So that's how the vote worked out. YD20. Good name, good name. That's the king. End story. Right, Arcane Academy, that's where Viridia Embis is from as of this moment. God, what? Let's do one more. Let's do the name. What did you... Let me scroll back up. I like... Where'd it go? Crap. In case I don't remember the name of, or in case my party didn't note down the name of the Merchants Guild, we're gonna put another one down. I think we are gonna use Libra. It's gonna be something Libra. I appreciate all the names. There's gonna be Casus Libra. I started to say earlier and did not finish saying, Casus Libra, or whatever, the head of the Merchants Guild, they're gonna die soon. The whole thing is gonna be like, if someone may remember, the request that Eve gave Lord Marius de Vol to, like, invite the head of the Merchants Guild to dinner, ask him who killed the Emperor, because the Emperor was killed by someone, and Eve thinks it was someone in the council, and, you know, was ordered to kill him, which is not how that's going to work out. Basically, Casus, or whatever his name was, he's going to, like, break down crying at this question. He's going to be like, so the people even know? People even know that the Emperor didn't die of natural causes? They know that we lied? And then, you know, he's going to start breaking down, basically. Be like, you know, he's either going to say, I don't know, or we don't know. And what if none of that happens? This is all, like, stuff that's going to happen off screen, so I don't know how it gets in the way. Like, I don't know how the party can get in the way of this. But, so I don't, you know. But what won't happen is, like, Marius de Vol is not going to stab him after he starts crying and going, like, we don't know, we just knew that the city would devolve into chaos, like, if we told them that the Emperor was killed, so we kept it to ourselves. He's going to say, like, I brought it up, like, I called for the vote. He called for the vote because he was pressured by someone else to do this, which he's not going to reveal here just for free. But, you know, called for the vote to keep it silent. Like, we talked about it. We called for the vote to keep it silent, and, like, because they're secretly a bunch of thieves. And then, so Lord Marius is going to let him go. He's going to go report to Eve that, like, he didn't kill the guy and that he doesn't think this guy is guilty. And, you know, he might have valuable information. So, like, and he didn't think he would be able to extract that information, so he thought it best to leave him alive. But then they're very quickly going to hear from a caller, like a town crier, that, like, the councilman has died. This specific councilman, Casus Libra, is going to have died from a fall from a great height off of some building. And he will have been pushed from that spot by someone else. So that is what is going to shortly befall Casus Libra. Caustic poisoning. So yeah, he won't be around very long is my point. And that is that's where he's headed. He died of caustic poisoning. I like the idea that he dies very publicly. In this case. The whoever pushed him off the top of the building, which, I mean, we have it basically right here. It's probably either Calvin or someone in league with Calvin. They are just going to have, like, been like, no, you're done. They would not have done any planning. They would have gotten rid of him, like, then and there. That's what's going to be. That's kind of the ideas that I want to portray with his death. Okay. Why is he on top of a building? Because that's where he was called to meet whoever, man. That's, like, he's going to have panicked. He's going to have said, like, gone to, like, sent a message or something to whoever his contact is, whoever he's in league with, and then they would have sent a note back being like, all right, meet me here. We'll talk about it. Just relax. We'll fix it. And then whoever's sending him that note is going to fix it. Via fall damage. So I think we're, this note is laced with poison. I think we're gonna move on from NPC stuff, and we're just gonna start, let's see, how long's it been? Okay. We're gonna start, filling out the map. And he falls to his death via caustic poisoning. That seems redundant. Slightly. I like it, but it seems redundant. Okay, yeah. What was I saying? So we're going to start, I think, filling out the... Oh, this is going to be hard for anyone to read. That's okay, though. Let's put this back up to 200%. Fills out. You know, that's fine. So, we are going to make some... Back to small text, yeah, sorry. We can get rid of the map slide. We can hide that. Brass tacks. Oh man, brass tacks is definitely a phrase that like means something a little different in a world where the brass scales is like a popular mercenary company, a very common mercenary company. Brass tacks is probably like a saying here that means, I don't know. Maybe it means the price of safety or something. Like, it doesn't mean getting down to the details. There's a similar thing where Denala gave Adam this branch of an olive tree as like the vessel by which he was going to seal the gods. And like, yeah, it signified the same thing as an olive branch in our world, right? Like, you give someone an olive branch to make peace. They were like kind of rivals / enemies for a long time. They didn't really get along. Like, Denala, from the moment Adam was born, Denala was like pissed that he existed because he's this synthetic creature with sentience, and like that's supposed to be her thing. So like, yeah, there's the usual symbology of giving an olive branch to like smooth over a disagreement, to make peace. But the second meaning it has in this world is giving someone the weapon by which they will defeat their enemies. And I like that a lot. Okay, so onward to... So we have to fill out... The party is headed up here. They will be spending some time up here. I imagine he faxed the olive branch. Like, he invented the fax machine. He could have. It's not impossible. They've invented more impressive stuff. Alright, so... Where? So, I'm thinking... We need to, like I started to say, I'm sorry, I keep interrupting myself here. What we need to do, the party is headed up this way, up northward, up north to the desert and the mountains. They're probably headed to the mountains first because the ramblings of a madman, everybody. Yeah, not far off. The Harpies, like, the Guardian of the North, her, like, base of power is going to be somewhere in here, probably here, F20. And so that's probably where they're headed first. So we want to fill out kind of like this area and this area as much as we can with landmarks, at least some. Yeah. And some of those are going to be the Harpies, like, area of power, the Guardian of the North's, like, base of power, like I said, F20, and the other one is going to be Salamander's base of power, which is, you know, like, I'm not sure if it should be just smack in the middle of the desert, or since it's, like, maybe it should be on this island, I'm thinking? Maybe? Because it is Salamander Lake, and Salamander is amphibious, despite being a fire creature. The Harpy Nest, which is like 6 tiles wide. 6 tiles wide is, that's like 36 miles across. Quite large. Their influence probably spreads that far, but their nest is going to be a bit smaller. So let's see, F20, let's get that down. So, also known as the Boiling Lake. Yeah, parts of it probably do boil at this point. So, oh, that's right. This is like concatenating stuff. Okay, let's see. F20. If I just take this and stretch it down, does that work? Sick. Sick. Okay. So this is just on the left, this is all like, you have the hex, the letter code, so going down, and then the number code going across, and this hex column is just a simple function to combine the two into one, so I can like sort by this column. The whole lake is boiling with its connection to the fire and the water planes. Let's see. I think parts of it, that's fine. But again, planar stuff, super not common in this world. So like spirits manifest here and everything. But like planar connections, the whole world is basically built to be like away from planes. Like the other planes, and it's hard to get to. It's a hard place to get to interplanarly. I do like that parts of it can be boiling, especially these. I appreciate the idea spew, I do. So I think like this coast definitely can boil. If like his island, if this is his island, then the area around here, definitely. These lakes, for sure. But he also, like, part of this is going to be that he wants to bring people under his influence. He doesn't just want to like burn every village from here to Eden. He's going to like start taking them over because he thinks it's his right to rule. He was created by Adam a long time ago. He gained sentience after Adam sealed away the gods. And people started to worship him as like a demigod, a creature of power. And yeah, he wants to like rule. He wants to burn Eden specifically, for sure. But everything else, he wants to kind of rule it. He wants it to be his. That's a big lake. Well, actually, it's kind of not. Let's see. It's a big lake. It's like 30 miles across, like 25 miles across. Torture system there might involve water, yeah. All this boiling water going on, yeah. Not cool. Okay, so F20, unless you are a very warm person. So F20, F20 is listed down as let's see. Nest of the Northern Guardian. Harpy nests line the bluffs, or the cliffs. Of this The narrow chasm at the end of this valley. The west end of this valley. So there's that. This might be a secondary detail, but it's going to be one that they definitely notice. I have this kind of listed out into, like, primary detail, secondary, like, secret thing they can find, and, like, tertiary? Third secret thing? Second secret thing they can find? A secondary. So there's, like, the prominent land features of the area, and then, like, 2 semi-hidden things. So for F20, it's probably like a lot of these are going to be like along the lines of the mountains are going to have fairly similar descriptions, I think. They have an ice bucket challenge ready. Just for the warm people. Yeah, that makes sense. It rains quite a bit over here. There's kind of a rain shadow effect going on with the mountains, though, preventing it from raining too much on the interior of the mountains. With all the boiling water and whatnot, that's true. There's probably a lot of weird sun showers that happen kind of down that way, near the lake. So F20, it's like... Let's see. Wide Valley. Maybe I'll even, like, capitalize that. The Wide Valley comes to an end in the west of this hex. Just say area instead of hex. So if I'm reading this out loud, I don't accidentally just say hex. But yeah, players won't care that much. To the west of this area, where mountains meet above a deep chasm. Maybe, I don't know. Deep? Meet above a tall chasm? That'll work. Because, like, the base of it is still, like, the, you know, land height. Format. Let's get these wrapping. Cool. So let's see. Maybe hot rain. Yeah, that could be a thing. That would suck. Well, I don't know. Some people like warm rain. I think that feels weird. Like, it's already humid if you get caught out in warm rain, you know? And, like, that's just gonna make it worse. It's like you're getting hit by rain, but it doesn't even cool you down. Not a fan myself, not a fan. But, I don't know. Some people like that. I don't know what you even call it. Just like the flushed warmth of, like, warm rain. It's not a place for non-devout to live. Yeah, that's for sure. So let's look at E21. foothills, and let's see, the foothills to the east. And in a wide, smooth valley. Are there any witch covens? Not around here. There definitely are, but not in this area. They are more, there's like this kind of dark area over here, swampy area. So there's like a witch coven kind of somewhere here, maybe like up the mountains a little, towards the top of the river. There's something going on here called the Rot, which is why it's all swampy and dead trees and a bunch of stuff like that going on. And that is they're doing. That's kind of like in, it's another front I need to fill out. So we'll be doing that sometime. Because that's kind of like the other very near dangerous thing going on. Other than that, there's like this coven woke up a witch or like a powerful sorcerer that Adam sealed away, who's kind of called like the Ice Witch. She's very Shiva from Final Fantasy XIV. And she's doing stuff down here along, there's like a mountain range just south of this map. It's kind of like framing this map. It goes down here and like up here. So she's got a thing going on down there, but it's not, she doesn't have a coven. She's just like, she's gathered up some folks and she's like, hey, I'll protect you if you like worship me. Because I'm a powerful ice sorceress. So let's make a deal, huh? Wide smooth valley between mountains to the north, west, south. Is there a Baba Yaga? Yes, but not the way you'd think. Like, Solus just name-dropped Baba Yaga as, like, a family member at some point, and I'm like, all right, there you go. That's fine. Not like a, you know, like someone who is basically part of his noble family or like a servant or something. So that's a thing. Like, she's definitely a witch of some sort, but apparently aligned with his family. So, so there's that. G21, it's gonna be... I hate these hexes that are like, you'll see that G21 is split between like, there's a mountain range going right through it. So there's like definitely a valley here, and then like the top, you know, the south part of the wide valley hits up against like this part of the hex. So like, I kind of have to split my description sometimes. People have a tendency to press titles on what they don't understand. Yeah. Yaga could just be a fae or something. It's true. And, it, you know, I think, yeah, okay. You're saying, like, that could be, like, a general name, or, like, his character's specific Baba Yaga could be, like, a fae or something. Because I'm cool with either of those. Yaga could be a general name. Okay. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. That is cool. We'll see where it goes. We'll see. Probably make him roll like a connection feat, or not a connection feat, but like a a roll at some point just to see what their relationship's like. When is Uwu becoming a name? I don't know. You can tell, a lot of my players, a lot of people around this campaign play a lot of Final Fantasy XIV, and Uwu right now means, to them it means Ultimate Weapon Ultimate, so like the ultimate difficulty of Ultimate Weapon. I mean, it doesn't mean that, it also just means Uwu, obviously, and they just call it, they call that Uwu for the memes. So I don't know if I can reclaim that name. Yeah, let's see. The Blade of Uwu. Let's see here. It takes me like too long to fill out these point of interest details, and it would take me less time if I did a bunch all at once and stayed in practice. Caliber Uwu Excalibur. Adding that Calling can be heard in the west of FF20, or F20 rather. The Vorpal Uwu, serrated Uwu. Yeah, burning Uwu, I think is the direction we need to take it. Or is there an oiled weapon still? Like, I feel like there was a weapon that was hard to take from someone via grapple in Pathfinder 1. And I want to say that it was like an oiled or oily trait. So oily Uwu. Scorching oils of Uwu. So G21. Yeah. This song's not on replay, it's just really long. Yeah, like this song is 50 minutes. It's like a generative modular synthesizer track. What is this? Okay. If we're sick of this song, I don't mind skipping it. Why are you working to eerie modulars? Because some of them are cute, some of them are nice. I don't hate the bleepies. Although this one is a little more eerie than some of the others. The next one is also a bit eerie. And, yeah. I just wanted to switch it up. I keep going to, like, Jadwee's stuff just because I know it won't, like, get me flagged on YouTube. Could work with... I could switch to some other stuff at some point. I guess I can listen to, like, I think it would be okay to listen to things like OC Remix? Maybe a pet name Den has adopted for. named... Maybe a pet name is Sally's? Who would be using that name? Let's see. Springs dot the Sally's. Oh yeah. Oh okay. Like a pet. Yeah. So that's like what the forces of Eden call the forces of Salamander is Sally's. I get it. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. That makes sense. I like that. I'll try to like I'll try to work that in somewhere. I like that. I feel like I can't like if I write, you know, it's not something I can write down in my notes to do, but I can definitely commit that to memory as a phrase to use. I like it a lot. Let's see, bring springs dot the mountain slopes. Feeding into small streams. See. I think this is going to be... I'm going to have an NPC who's very distraught that everyone keeps saying her name. Yeah, I like that. Just an annoying nickname for the enemy that she has to put up with. Several smaller harpy. Can you spell? I guess that's fine. Like the singular of harpy ends with a Y, right? Not an IE. Several smaller harpy nests can be found near the mountain springs in this area. So that's G21. It's here. It's kind of neighboring the bigger harpy nest in F20. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Thank you. So H22 has... It's like where the river continues down. Might be a pointless ad. How am I feeling? I'm feeling okay, thank you. I'm not sure if you mean in terms of anything in particular, but I'm like pretty tired, but I'm hanging in there. Like, yeah. I'm doing okay. I'm not feeling like too anxious or anything. It's going all right. Like, the problem with having work like right up to stream like I did today has nothing to do with actually streaming. Like, once I'm streaming, it's fine. It's like, all right, it's this feeling of just having to go and like keep going from one thing to another. Yeah, please do interject. I appreciate it. So I'm doing okay, yeah. Thank you. It's like once I'm relaxing and doing something, even when I'm working, it's fine. It's like done with work, have to move on to the next thing right away. There's no breathing room. That is like not my preference. And then I get overly anxious about it because I just think about it too much. And I like complain to myself in my head. It's like if I only cared less, it would be fine. But yeah, all good now. Although I'm like, I don't know. I have so much trouble. This is unrelated to all of the other stuff I just said. I have a lot of trouble coming up with like creative descriptions for every single hex. Breathing room is now though. Yeah, like exactly. This is chill enough. Yeah, I feel like I might harp on this too much, but I love all of the ideas and I'm being able to like bounce stuff off you guys. I love it. And I appreciate it a lot. What was I saying? I'm really bad at coming up with like creative descriptions for each and every hex on the map. Like, I have a bunch of this worked out, which is like 5 hours of work to do all of this, when it shouldn't be. And I have like some stuff down here worked out, and this stuff I'm like, I don't know. It takes me a while. It takes me too long. I know people can fill out stuff like this in a couple of hours. People who are faster than me. But I'm just like, I get to a patch like this, and I'm like, I don't know, man, it's a grassland. They're all grassland. I don't, like, you know, coming up with individual tiny landmarks is troublesome. And all the generators I have are helpful, but they're also, like, too interesting. I need stuff like, there's a burn-down windmill here. Like, between the hills. And here, there's, like, a small unmarked lake, you know? Like, stuff like this. You haven't even played Pathfinder yet? Holy crap. Well, like, thank you for being so passionate about the game. Like, regardless, that's really cool. Like, I mean, it's not really cool that... If you want to play, then I am sorry that you have not played. But... yeah, I find it really cool that even though you haven't played, you're, like, super into the Pathfinder section specifically. And not just D&D in general. Like, I'm into that. Have you played, like, Kingmaker, or, like, the single-player stuff at all? I mean, I know it doesn't really count, but Kingmaker's really good. So it feeds some of that a little bit. Some of the addiction and the desire to play. Yeah, the game, not the adventure path. Headwaters of the Salamander River have cut a smooth valley through the area. Someone get this person a terabyte hard drive. Yeah. I played a bit of Pillars and Divinity, yeah. Yeah, we're fans of those games for sure. I've played all of Pillars 1, I guess almost. And I played a whole bunch of Divinity Original Sin 1. I've played like the first few hours of Divinity Original Sin 2 like 10 times trying to play with people. And yeah, I haven't touched Pillars 2 yet, which I should. Let's see. Yeah. Small knoll villages. Tucked in the hills along the river. Called Under Rail that I'm playing right now. I've seen that. How is it? I almost like pulled up Steam to look at it. But I definitely have taken a look at that game a lot. Like, it keeps coming up on my list as a game that's on sale, and I never, like, pull the trigger, because there's a lot of games. Okay, H22. It's a good game. Good to know. Sorry, I'm just alt-tabbing so much. I hope that's not, like, too jarring. Don't steal from the guys you work for, though? Isn't that... I feel like that's, like, the point of every game that allows you to do that, though. Like, Stars Without Number, you're like 95%... set 80, like, you're a high percentage supposed to just steal your ship instead of, like, paying the rent for it. How many times? Okay. Good. I'm glad it allows you to. That's an important tradition to uphold. But they have cameras. Yeah, that's fair. I feel like that's a good move on their part. Turrets are automated and will instantly notice you. Oh, shit. Okay. Well, that's a bummer. That's a bummer for the thieves. What am I doing? I-23. I-23. Commander River flows from north to south, widening as the hills flatten out. Widening and slowing, huh? Yeah, a low-level thief should not steal from the main base. Okay, that's fair. That's true. J, 22, Tail, River. Salamander River ended up not capitalized here. I wonder if I can make a new, I suppose searching is easy enough. I want to do something clever? I'm not good enough with spreadsheets to do this, but what I want to do is I want to be able to enter a code. I want to make a spreadsheet where I can enter a code, and then it just grabs the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The next 5, not even. Just grabs like the 3 detail columns and like prints it. So I can like throw a list of them on another sheet where the players are going and just have the descriptions there. So I can just like type, and then have it throw them out. And I don't even think it's hard, really. I just, like, I'm not... Sounds like you need hotkeys? Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it would be hard to pull this up and to make that, but I haven't done enough spreadsheeting to, like, know it off the top of my head. The Tail River from its tributary streams throughout this area. Good luck with that stuff. Yeah, I'm definitely, that'll be an off-stream thing. I don't think it's too hard to... set up, like I said. Don't know how to Excel yet? It's fair. I barely know how to spreadsheet, and I literally, like... I'm in web analytics as a job. I have been for 6 years, more or less, with like a year break in between with a shitty not job, or a shitty job that wasn't that. And like spreadsheets fit that job very well. I should know how to do pivot tables and all sorts of other things, like just from my job. But no, it's literally just D&D is the only reason I have any experience with spreadsheets. So I I just use them to make pretty character sheets and junk, or like spell lists. That's all I use them for. Or like apparently map notes. I use them for notes a lot because it's like self-formatting. It's just like, you know, it's great. Great for that. Who knew that spreadsheets were amazing for organizing information? Taylor River takes shape through from its tributary streams through this area. I think that's it. It's all for J22. I'm not going to think about it too much. I'm just going to, like, hammer them out. You watch a Pathfinder game where you keep, or they keep track of the gladiators with spreadsheets? Okay. That's one of the chat's favorite parts. Spreadsheets are glorious. So are gladiators. Seems like match made in heaven. Or, I don't know. Like Valhalla, maybe? Let's see, what is this? Dot dot. Okay. 23. Till River breaks from the foot of the mountains. What? I don't have a name for this. It's amazing. A match made in the ring, yeah. I read comments out loud? I mean, I totally do. Harp Hill. Harp Hill is not a bad name for a thing. I'm just wondering what this, like, 70-plus mile mountain range should be called. Which, I don't feel like I have a name for it. Maybe I did? Harp range? There are a lot of harpies. I don't know if there are that many harpies. Harper? Oh. I do like the idea of it being slightly more obfuscated. Like, whole mountain. Okay, okay. Okay. Yeah, because Knowles. Let's see. Oh, I like the melody. You probably can barely hear this. There's like a bass line, and then there's some like bleepy melodies going on over the top. That's nice. Let me just... It's good. And then the ominous bass picks back up. It's just not even in key with the melody. It's kind of interesting. This is The Somnium Tenebris by Matt Colville. Ooh, lots of oohs. It is very ooh worthy. Let's see. Rain harp. Yeah, I don't think I was thinking of the way, like, what the players would. It is off tune. Like, the melody is fine, but it's like specifically not in tune with the bass in the back, which I think is like the Somnium Tenebris is supposed to be like kind of a scary place. It's like a Mind Flayer ship. The Tuning Mountains, the Tuning Mountains. Yeah, okay. Tuning. We have a place called the Peaks. I don't remember what I called these. Because the wind and the rains of the mountains sing. Okay, yeah. I like that a lot. Let me sit on that a minute. I feel like the tuning pegs takes the epic away from that a little too much. Stands up? Okay. Fair. I need one of those stretches soon. Dies. It's okay. Punishment for failed spelling is not death here. I think I'm... The tuning peaks. The only reason... Let's see, what are these called? These are called the Prowl Irons. South ones are called the Frost Irons. I've stayed away from peaks as mountain names. So I think it's okay to call them the tuning peaks. Because my only concern is that I would... Like, normally I'd super overuse the word peaks. Because, like, I'm afraid of just saying mountains. For whatever reason. But I think I like the tuning peaks. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so. The Tail River breaks from the foot of the southernmost mountain of the tuning peaks. Oh, maybe it's, yeah, the tuning ranges? That's kind of cute. I also like the tuning peaks. I like peaks. The cute name alternative is the tuned range. But I think I like the tuning peaks. Yeah. The Tail River breaks from the foot of the sun. Yeah. Let me just GM layer that. I was like, how do I note this down without my player seeing it? Well, it turns out there's a tool for that in Roll20. Wouldn't you know it? Can say tuning ranges? Yeah. Oh, Didn't mean to do that. Give me back the text. There we go. No, give me back the red. Tuning peaks. I wish that's okay. I wish they had some better fancy text in Roll20. That's like all I want from them. Because the most fancy thing we have is the Patricans. Yeah, there we go. So that's noted down for me. GM Lariat beside, yeah. That's not a bad idea either. Tuning peaks. The tuned range. So there are the two alternative names. The Anthills. I may have mentioned this on stream before, but I love antlions. I try to just shoehorn antlions in, like giant antlions. I try to shoehorn them in wherever I can, and I literally think it's just because I played Sim Ant as a kid. And then, like, I saw them and I was like, those are freaky and badass. And so now antlions are like the best bug enemies in the world to me. Let's see. And just for the heck of it, just to show off that I think about these things, I think the elevation here is such that, like, you know, there's like a lump here. Like, this is higher elevation than like this and like this. And it kind of goes downhill as you go this way ish. Obviously, it also goes downhill here. So, I don't know, whatever. So we've got like downhill, downhill. This is where they meet. Whatever. Map nerd stuff. For no reason at all. Like I said, no reason. Yeah, exactly. If I do name something the Anthills, it will definitely be for no reason. How tall do the trees reach? These are all... These are pretty standard trees. They don't go mega high. Yeah, this tree definitely reaches above these, but it's not like a mega tree yet. I think over the years, it will turn into like a huge life tree, but I don't want to... Like, we might play, at some point, we might play a campaign in the future. So I'm just going to leave it small. It's like double the size of the surrounding trees for now. As opposed to later, when it is, say, taller than the closest mountain. You know? Baby mega, exactly. So, like, we talked before about how it doesn't have to actually take that long to grow, but I kind of want it to. I want that to be a possible payoff later if we do something else. J24. Tail River merges with the Salamander River. Putting a wide swath between the trees of the forest. So like here, you know, there's a lot of shore on either side of the river is what I'm kind of thinking, and that the trees don't grow too close to this rather big river, at least until much later on. Maybe there's a high-level druid chilling there, watering the tree, consecrating the land, and they're the reason the tree is so tall. Yeah, that could be a thing. That could be a thing for sure. There's probably some kind of... There's like the cool thing about the Church of Denala, or now the Church of the Great Tree, is that there's definitely some intersection there between them and druids, where like one is coming from the divine power angle and the other is coming from the primal angle, but they both you know, like manifest that power of the great tree. They both worship it in their own ways. Yeah, it's definitely a tree god. Yeah. I don't think it'll be a treant. It might have avatars that take like dryad forms. It might have minions. There's already like nature spirits doing stuff over here that are like minions of the tree. So it'll have little manifestations that follow its will. And I think it could probably just turn a tree into its own avatar and be like, you know, I don't know. I think it can co-opt one of the trees nearby if it wants to become kind of a treant guardian thing. What am I? Yeah, 24. The tail. Yeah, the tail river merges with the Salamander River. Yeah, cutting a wide swath. Moderately sized town, village, I don't know, sits at the point where the rivers merge. The tree itself having a dryad would mean that the tree has a soul, yeah. If something has a soul, that means it has some level of intelligence. Yeah, I think that is, I agree with that, yes. J26, just because that's where the next thought is striking me. The next thing I see on the map. I think, yeah, there's just like a wide clearing here that I see right there. I think it widens out very far from the river at this point before closing almost entirely on the east side. Oh, okay. Right now I'm watching a campaign with you in the background, but I keep pausing to type. Well, I appreciate that. I thought that... Yeah, I was confused. I appreciate all your input. Thank you. I'm especially glad that we're having back and forth and that you still have input, even though I'm doing this relatively boring, like, information-filling stuff that isn't super engaging. I'm also sorry that the white of the spreadsheet on both here and my preview is just washing out my face. And still, like, not doing anything to get rid of the permanent blush that I apparently have on my cheeks. This, the, like, white balancing I have on the camera definitely makes me a little more red than life. Music, though. Yeah, this music is, like, hyper chill right now. You think it should be altered? Fair. How long? Yeah, the Somnium Tenebris is another... Alright, let's just go. Let's let it go. Let's let Matt Colville chill out for now. And we'll jump to slightly different bleepies with... We'll listen first to this Mandalorian remix by Jade Wee because I like it a lot, and then we'll listen to Tiny Overtures, which is a slightly different variety of bleeps.
No! Drop your weapons! No, pardon. Sorry,
Let it go.
This is Dr. Pershing. Please excuse his lack of decorum. His enthusiasm outweighs his discretion.
Let's see.
Please lower your blaster.
The trees retreat from the river.
Hold over there.
I love The Mandalorian, by the way. It was such a good show, and I can't wait for more. Can't wait. I've spoken. Yeah. And Quill is great. Quill is a boss, man. Almost beyond the edge of sight. To the east, they... Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and link this, this remix. I love this artist. And I listen to them basically every stream because they add their library to like the free YouTube library stuff.
I like those odds.
To the east, they pause. Chug back to the river almost entirely. Hanging over the shore. Oh, I haven't seen the Boondocks in a long time. Okay. I'm gonna take another break here. We're just gonna leave it right here. We're gonna leave it on this map instead of cutting over. And then I'm gonna oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I saw that happening and I was like, wait, aren't I supposed to do something? I need to give you, how do I, hold on. First of all, there you go. There's a link permit. Second of all, how do I like VIP you? I feel like I should know how to do this. Oh, there we go. VIP Wither King. There you go. And I think VIPs are allowed to post links. I think. Killbot. Okay. I'm gonna click a stream marker. I'm gonna go on break, and we're gonna listen to this song quick as well.
Here we go.
Oh, this is nice.